Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Patience and I love all things physical media, nostalgia, and retro gaming, and a lot more. And today I'm going to be organizing my physical media collection, specifically DVDs and Blu-ray. I'll save CDs for another time and VHS for another time. I was actually going to film a room tour and then I realized that none of my DVDs are organized the way that I want them to be. So before I shoot that, I wanted to shoot this. And I also thought it would be a good time to do a Q&A. So I'm going to be answering a few questions while I organize all of this stuff, and it's a lot. So I'm actually going to be using an app, and I'm going to be scanning all of my DVDs into this app because there have been times where I'm like, I don't know if I have this movie or not. It's called CLZ Movies, and I've heard a lot of good things about it. It's $2 a month, but I think it's worth it to catalog all this stuff that I have. So we're just gonna do that. We're gonna hang out. I'm gonna answer some questions that you guys posted for me. And it's been a month since my last video. And you guys, life has just been, as they say, lifing. Things have been busy, but good. And I just haven't been able to edit long form YouTube content like I would love to. So thank you guys for being patient with me and still being here and still watching my videos whenever I post. It means a lot to me. But how are you guys? Let me know how you're doing in the comments. I hope everybody is doing well. Let me know like the last DVD or Blu-ray 4K thing that you picked up. I would love to know. And if you've seen any good movies lately, I've seen The Odyssey, Spider-Man, of course, and Tony was really, really good. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, let me know. Okay, so let's get started because I feel like this is going to take me a while. So yeah, I guess let's see how this works. Let's see, add movies. Okay, yes, I can do a bulk scan. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna be scanning and chatting. So the first question, this is from Doug7104, asks, do you organize A through Z by title or are they in series bundles, like all Star Wars lumped together? Do you always keep the box or do you put any media in sleeves? So as you can see, Doug, I am organizing right now. This barcode is covered up, so we'll save that. I am organizing A through Z right now, but once I do like get everything scanned, I will probably do it by genre and then alphabetical order. Just because I do like, for example, all of my Star Wars together, all of my horror together, comedy and stuff like that. Like that's how I would like all of this to be organized. So yeah. And then do you always keep things in the box? I keep everything in their boxes. As a teenager growing up in the early 2000s, I definitely put all of my DVDs in sleeves. Like we had binders for everything. If you're over 30, you know this. And I regret it because a lot of those DVDs are ruined. So kind of sucks. But next question is from Dear Taylor Woods and says, can you put on a movie or the TV while you work or will you always get sucked in? AKA, how do you organize intentional watch time and background noise for your productivity? So if I'm, oh, I have a little, if I'm working, I can easily put on something that I've seen before in the background and completely focus on what I'm doing. But if it's like a brand new movie or something I've never seen before, I save that for like the evenings when I'm not working because I will get distracted and I can't focus on two things at the same time for sure. I actually listen to, like my favorite thing to do while I'm working is listen to movie soundtracks. That's been a favorite thing of mine to do for a really long time, like even like in college when I would study. That's what I would put on in the background to kind of focus. So, oh, also you guys, I recently added this limited edition Manhunter DVD to my collection. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. So cool. I think it was like $2. Pretty cool. Okay. The Rewatchables asked, I notice you collect CDs, games, DVDs, and VHS. I haven't seen any vinyl. If you were or are collecting vinyl, what would be one album you would say you would have to have in your collection? Actually, between my husband and I, we do have a lot of vinyl. It's downstairs on display. So it's not something I'm like actively searching out because I'm much more interested in CDs and DVDs and stuff, but we do have a pretty extensive vinyl collection. I would say one of my favorite things in my vinyl collection is probably the Over the Garden Wall soundtrack. That's one of my favorite animated shows. So it was pretty cool to have the vinyl that goes with that. So, all right, next question. Stephen Lee is asking, what film series do you still want for your collection? Oh my gosh, that is really hard because there are so many things that are on my wish list. Okay, right now I'm scanning series. Just did Little House on the Prairie, Girlfriends, Anna Green Gables, and this is Mad Men. I don't know if there's a barcode on this. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Let's see. There's no barcode. Maybe on the inside? Nope. But this is a pretty cool set. The Mad Men complete season. I think it's so well done. Okay. So this is so hard. There are a lot of like steel books that I would love to have of like some of my favorite films. I'll pop some up on to the screen. Also, anything from the Criterion collection. I've been like slowly collecting those over time. But yeah, and I wish I should have thought about this question more because I definitely have like some deep dives, some very like obscure things that I haven't been able to find streaming that I would love to add. But of course, I can't think of anything at the moment. So maybe I can think and pop that up on screen. Okay, so now I'm scanning a lot of Blu-ray stuff, and I think I had a question about that. Let's see. William Burney asked, I love how much you're into physical media. My question is, as someone who seems to collect mostly VHS and DVD, what makes you decide to upgrade to 4K? Also, what makes you choose VHS or DVD? That is a really, really great question. So I would say that a lot of modern movies, like movies that have come out in the past couple of years, I gravitate towards Blu-ray and or 4K. For example, I just purchased Dune and the second Dune on 4K just because it's so gorgeous when watched that way. Also, some of my like favorite classic movies I feel like I want to have on Blu-ray and 4K. Example, American Psycho. And sometimes I'll like upgrade just for the packaging. Is it just really great? So for example, like one of my favorite movies is Corpse Bride. I have that on 4K and DVD. Let's see, what else do I have? I've got Arrival, Contact, and yeah, and I just try to collect the steelbooks. Like if I would love to have all of the steelbooks in like all of the Star Wars collection. I would like to collect all of those. Some of my favorite directors, like Christopher Nolan. This is the only steelbook that I have of Christopher Nolan. And I wish I would have gotten the others when they were released, but I just never did. And I regret it. So, and now everything's really expensive. So basically, like if it's accessible, if it's modern, if it's a director that I really, really love, or a franchise that I really love, I will seek out the 4K or I will seek out the 4K and or Steelbook edition. But if it's something like from my childhood, like classic Disney, I like to have that on DVD and VHS just for kind of like nostalgia's sake. But yeah. Okay. I am not moving very fast on this. I feel like I could go much faster. This is really relaxing. If I wasn't talking to you guys, I would probably be playing some music or a movie in the background. But this is nice. This is nice as well. Lala Rizzy says, what's your favorite movie or what DVD do you think has the coolest cover? Oh my gosh. That's really, 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 really hard. I'm thinking about my Letterboxd top 4 right now because honestly, it's between The Matrix and Contact. I think those are like my top. Like they never really change. I think those two are some of my favorites of all time. The best cover, I'll have to think about that. Maybe while I'm sorting through these DVDs, maybe I can find one. And some of these are not even opened. And that's the thing, like when I get home from thrifting, I'll clean the DVD and take off stickers for the most part, and then put them on my shelf and nothing gets organized because I'm on to the next thing. So I feel like I need to stop doing that. When I bring stuff home, I need to catalog it, which is why I'm glad that I finally got this app so that I could do that. Okay. Columbo. Anybody watch Columbo? I know this makes me an old lady, but I love this show so much. This is a cool cover. You were asking what's a really cool cover. I think Hackers has one of the coolest DVD covers. I just really love the colors in that. They asked, do you have more consoles and media than you have space? How do you decide what stuff you have out on display and what stuff you have in boxes? So I actually do have the space for all of my media currently, which is kind of surprising, but I am very, very picky about what I bring home. Like, I feel like as much as I thrift and shop, like I could fill this whole entire room up very easily. So I try and practice a lot of self-control. So I do have room right now on all my shelves for all the media that I have. And then I only have, let's see, I have a PlayStation 2, a Nintendo 64, and PSP. And my husband has a Wii in his office. So currently I have everything that I want out on display. But I'm hoping soon that I will be able to add some shelving to the walls, because I do have a feeling that I will eventually run out of space. And I want to be able to display everything. Kind of like, let's see, that's not going to scan. Kind of like built-in bookshelves, but for movies. That would be my dream. Also, if you guys are still here during this video, I would love to know, I've seen a lot of people, like when they're thrifting or at some sort of like physical media shop, they'll do like blind buys, like go in and purchase movies that they've never seen before. I think I've done that maybe like once or twice, but I feel like it would be kind of fun. So let me know if you guys have ever done that. And if you have, did you have a good experience, or did you feel like you made the wrong decision and got stuck with a movie that you didn't like? That's what I miss about growing up in the age of Blockbuster, because you could rent a movie and if you hated it, you know, you could take it back and get something else. Oh my gosh, I have movies that I completely forgot that I had, like Apollo 13. That's so random. I mean, I like this movie, but that's pretty random. This is probably my favorite, one of my favorite Angelina Jolie movies, The Changeling. Let me know if you've seen that movie. I don't know. I just watched that movie over. I love that movie. I love her performance in that movie. Okay, I have a stack of Tim Burton movies here. So let's see. Sleepy Hollow, Frankenweenie, Nightmare Before Christmas, Beetlejuice, Edward Scissorhands, Sweeney Todd. Oh my God, I love Sweeney Todd so much. I know there's so many people who hate that movie, but I love it. I love it so much. Do I have I feel like I have 3 different Corpse Bride DVDs. Oh. Okay. Let's see if we have more questions. Somebody asked, do you prefer Alien or Predator? That is funny. I would say definitely Alien, but I'm not opposed to Predator. I think it's a really fun, kind of campy franchise. My dad really likes Predator, so therefore I liked it as well. But I think I prefer Alien for sure. Okay, getting to my box set. I have Hey Arnold and then the Rugrats complete series. Getting back to that question of what I want to add to my collection, I would love to have all of the Nickelodeon shows, the complete series. I would love to have all of those in my collection. Like My Life as a Teenage Robot. I only have season 2. It's so expensive. Crazy. I feel like I'm getting in the groove. SpongeBob. Okay, as told by Ginger. Okay, Victoria asked, if your movie collection was a fragrance, what would be the notes? P.S. I watch Andor because of you, and now it's one of my favorite shows ever, so thank you for that. Oh my goodness, Victoria. Do you know how happy that makes me to hear that? Andor is such a gorgeous, meaningful show. Even if you're not a Star Wars fan, I feel like you can love and appreciate Andor. So I'm so happy that you watched it. I'm so happy that you enjoyed it. Fragrance, I have no idea. I know there's this whole area on social media, perfume talk. I've just never, people talk about notes, almost like wine tasting. I don't know anything about that. So I would, I would not be able to tell you. I love, if I had to describe what I like watching the most, I think it would be thriller, horror, and action. And I feel like the cartoons I grew up with are in kind of a separate thing, but for everyday watching, that's kind of my comfort. So Tim Burton, The Matrix, stuff Blair Witch, and Secret Window. So however you want to, what would you say my notes were? I don't know. So help me out, please. I don't know. So what I'm going to do, because I don't think I have any more questions left, I'm going to finish this off camera because I highly doubt you want to see me here sitting here scanning in silence. So I'm going to do that, and then I will show you when everything is on the shelves. And yeah, I'll be right back. Before I come back, I wanted to take a moment to tell you guys about today's sponsor. This is the M1 Music Frame CD player from Cool Geek, and I love that it doesn't just play your CDs, it actually lets you display them too. You can either mount it on your wall or set it up on a shelf like me, and as the CD spins, the album artwork basically becomes part of your decor. It's rechargeable, has up to 8 hours of playback, and it connects to your Bluetooth speakers or headphones, so you can listen without adding a bunch of cables to your space. If you want to check it out, I'll have the link in the description, and you can use my code as told by Patience for 10% off of your order. Oh my gosh, you guys. That took forever, but I'm so happy I finally did it because it freed up a lot of space. I have a whole other cube that's free now. Let me see if you guys can see. So down there, I have a whole other cube that's free for DVDs and all that good stuff. So that's really nice. So I'll kind of go through my reasoning of how I organized everything. Also, everything is not alphabetized. Please Please do not come for me. I have ADHD and I just did not have the patience. So some things are loosely alphabetized. So like if all the movies start with an A, I'll just lump them all together. I'm not doing what letter comes after A in each movie. You know what I mean? Like the detailed alphabetical. That's just not how my brain my brain works. And I also kind of tried to loosely organize by genre. So I have all of my cartoons here at the top, and I'm going to start in a very weird order. But I really haven't organized my VHS yet. So kind of ignore my VHS. This is like a loose kind of, this is just for random stuff that I did not have space for on the shelves, like within their genres. So ignore these cubbies. Okay, so up top here, I have a lot of my Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network and some family movies. Don't look too closely at these because it's not alphabetized. Some of it is, some of it's not. It's weird. It's kind of alphabetized a little bit. You guys are gonna be like, what did you even do? I promise you, it works for my brain. And then in this second cube here, we have all of my Star Wars stuff, and it's not really in any particular order. It's more so by like the case, like the height of the cases, just because, yeah. And then we have kind of like all of my Blu-ray and 4K. This is not organized by genre, but just by media type. And so this is all of my Criterion collection is Blu-ray. So let's see, I've got Funny Games, Love Jones, No Country for Old Men, The Others, Parasite, Seventh Samurai, Silence of the Lambs. And then my 4K starts with American Psycho, Corpse Bride, and The Two Dunes. That's the only 4K I have in my collection. There might be some more downstairs. Not sure. And then down here, I've got my series. So Anne of Green Gables, Columbo, Girlfriends, Gossip Girl, Little House on the Prairie, Living Single, Mad Men, Sopranos. And then, so we're going to skip the VHS because that's really not organized. This is kind of like a rough alphabetical Disney VHS, but nothing too crazy. And then here we've got a lot of like comedy rom-coms. Oops, there is a Goodwill sticker on this. Oh, the Goodwill stickers are so awful and hard to get off. I'll get that off later. So annoying. Oh my gosh. So a lot of like let's see, rom-coms, teenage dramas, that kind of stuff. Sleepover, one of my favorites. The Last Holiday with Queen Latifah. That is so good. Let's see. Down here, I kind of have like two rows. This is, I think there's like action back there. And then this is kind of like drama-ish, a little bit more on the serious side, some of these. I kind of didn't know how to categorize some of them because I don't have a lot of like stuff like this, like What's Eating Gilbert Grape, I would consider like coming of age drama kind of stuff. Some things that just don't fit in with like action and horror and, you know, sci-fi, kind of like miscellaneous down here. This is like loosely alphabetized. And then over here, we have a lot of my horror and spooky stuff. So Addams Family, Beetlejuice, Corpse Bride, Edward Scissorhands, The Grudge, let's see, Manhunter, Secret Window. And then I have more horror in the back here. I need to make another riser. I've made like risers out of cardboard, so I need to do that. And then I have a bunch of like action, kind of like sci-fi-ish stuff down here. So Alien, Blade Runner, The Core. I love a good disaster movie. Like those are some of my favorites. The Island is so good. If you haven't seen this movie, highly, highly recommend. It's a fun watch. It's nothing like Oscar worthy, you know, but it's just a fun sci-fi action. Let's see. Stay is also a really great film. It's got Ryan Gosling. This is my favorite Ryan Gosling performance, actually. So if you haven't watched it, highly recommend. Okay, and that is pretty much everything. Wow. And then I have not organized this yet. I will also, and then I'll get to this eventually, but most of this stuff is Disney. So I kind of want to keep this rack just stocked with some of my childhood Disney movies. There's a couple in here that don't belong, like Monster House is not made by Disney, Uptown Girls. These last four are not Disney, but everything else pretty much is. So, and then I've got my little Rocket Power Funko down there. I need to figure out what to put in this cubby. It's so funny because I feel like you guys can see how much the lighting has changed over the course of this video because I have been in this room for several hours organizing everything, but totally worth it. And I think there was one more question. Okay, so there was one more question by Stevie, and they asked, where do you find CRT TVs for not that expensive? That is a hard one because several years ago, it was not hard at all to find a CRT TV for under like 50 bucks. And now people have caught on to the fact that physical media and retro gaming is like a thing now. And so everybody that has a TV to sell is just jacking up the price. And I feel like it's really not cool. I will say that I think your best bet is Facebook Marketplace. Like, those, I have had friends that have found incredible deals on Facebook Marketplace. I got my first TV, the smaller one up there, from a coworker several years ago. And then I got the bigger one, I think it's a website called governmentdeals.org. Let me see. Yeah, it's called govdeals.com. So it's a government surplus auction site. And sometimes you have businesses in your state that are letting go of like old equipment. And that's where I found the bigger CRT. They were just selling a ton of old CRTs. So sometimes you can get lucky on sites like that. But yeah, do not overpay for one of these TVs. Do not let the resellers win because it's insane. I love that physical media is trending. I think it's really cool. I just hate that there are certain people taking advantage of it and it makes it not fun sometimes. I've never done anything like this, so I hope it wasn't too boring and I hope I was able to answer most of your questions. And room tour coming really soon now that I have a lot of this organized. As always, if you're still here at the end of this video, thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next one.